Hey, collective. Hope you guys are doing wonderful this evening. I just now posted your reading for last night. I truly apologize. I did fall asleep while I was uploading because I did it so late. And I was already tired from yesterday. So anyway, and then I worked all day today, so I really do apologize just now getting it up. I have to do that stuff through my computer for some reason because I can do some things from my phone, but to get everything into the information list and all that, I have to do it from my computer. So I just had no breaks today to do it. I do apologize. But anyway, it's up and ready to go. What do we have here? We have chance. Remember, guys, this is a general collective reading. Okay, so only take what resonates. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Take what does, and of course, just leave the rest. See what we have here today for the collective, please. Consciousness again. Okay. I say again because I feel like that came out in a reading, didn't it? All right, let's see. One more. Maybe a few readings back. Locked away. Look at that. That's a rib cage. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My niece has texted me and it's coming up on the phone. She just referred to her daughter as homegirl. I was like, what? All right, so locked away. All right, let's get one from her 4-month-old daughter. Homegirl's weight is now this. All right, let's see. Oh, the Empress. Okay, very good. We have the Self on the bottom. Loving that card, of course. All right, so let's see what we're looking at so far. Okay, well, honestly, this is pretty clear cut. This could very well be around some kind of career. I don't know yet. But the start of this reading anyway, is really trying to push someone out of their comfort zone is what I'm seeing. Obviously, we have the card of Empress, so we could definitely look at that as... Oh, can you even see that? It's not over far enough. There we go. Hopefully everything's in frame. Yeah. I mean, in comparison with the other cards, it looks to me like somebody here is... Yeah, somebody's starting something new. Somebody is birthing something new into being. Actually, what it is somebody is being encouraged, okay, to birth something new into being. So the Empress is showing me that it's a very fertile time for somebody to really get something going. And just the lineup alone, chance, consciousness, and locked away, tells me that this is really the universe's way of nudging somebody here to really step outside of their comfort zone here. I rolled the dice. Okay, consciousness shows me that I'm dealing with someone here who has it's really tapped in. I mean, that's period, okay, to the universal consciousness. Consciousness is also letting you know that, we always hear about the brain and how much of, the brain we're actually accessing and how all of us only use, like 10%. And consciousness, the card itself is kind of telling you there's so much more, okay, out there that you actually have access to. You just really have to tap in, not only in this life, but also in past lives. This is quite interesting, actually. So this could be, I hate to bring up Sag, but I mean, I'm just going to tell you, I did a reading for Sag a couple of days ago, and it definitely was not these cards, but it was certainly a similar message. So I don't know I think we might be going through some kind of massive upgrade or maybe we're getting ready for some massive awakening of sorts. I don't really keep up with everything that's out there, but I mean, I guess I could say that in terms of energetically, just with how I feel alone. But I mean, obviously a lot of people are being pushed out of their comfort zone is what I'm feeling, and really pushed to take a leap here. A lot of people may find that they're really questioning, and that's quite normal. Okay, questioning, should I do this? Will I make it? Will this work out? I think it's very normal, but that is where you have to really step in and access and really just have trust, okay, in what it is that you're getting. I feel though somebody I'm talking about could be quite inspired about a particular endeavor, whatever this is. I'm going to art for some reason. Maybe it's just some type of art or something that is, I could just be looking at something creative here. Let me like this. My apologies. So it could definitely be something along those lines, but then again, it could be anything, especially things that are using spiritual gifts. But even if you're not using spiritual gifts, I think you're doing stuff to really elevate your own consciousness here. And I also think, for whatever reason, you're getting a boost too. Locked away is very clear. It shows me that somebody has been locking away their talents. They're hiding too much. This is the universe pushing you out into the open. Okay, saying that it's time to get out of that. It's time to get out of this cage. It's time to stop locking yourself away and really make yourself known. Okay. So I think just looking at this, I already know that some people are going to feel a bit exposed, not in a bad way. I think it's normal. Again, especially if you're not used to being just kind of out there, but also sometimes it's just the fear of what ifs, right? And I think this is kind of telling you it doesn't matter. None of that stuff matters. If you do something, if you make a wrong decision, I often talk about this, pivot, make a different decision. It's, that's just how things work. Nobody was ever successful without, okay, having some failures. It's just, that's just life, okay? And thank God we have those along the way because they teach us so much, right? So yeah, somebody is definitely being pushed out of some kind of comfort zone here. They're being really implored to stop hiding out because this is a really fertile time, and maybe for several people here to begin a new journey or to begin really going after their dreams is what I'm feeling. So I think I'm going to use my fairy cards. I'm trying to learn these more and of course get accustomed to them because like I said, I've had them for a while and I'm just now starting to use them. I think I've had them a year or so. Craziness. It's writing is so interesting. I don't even know what some of them say. Let's see. Iris of the Rainbow and She of the Cruel. That's the second time I cut on that, so I'm going to have to see what that is. All right. Spirit. For the collective this evening, please. Okay. Is that Tatin the Sylph is what it looks like? Okay. Oh, wow. Penelope Dreamweaver. I know what that means. This is awesome. Okay. So Penelope Dreamweaver. Tatlin the Sylph. The Bright Mother. Look at that. Gorgeous. All right. And look, I think we had this in one of the readings, the Topsy-Turvy. That's about having another perspective. Look at this. And this one is, see, I can't read some of the fairy who was kissed by the pixies. I'm going to put it down here just because I think it might be relevant. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to start with this one. This one I'm actually going to have to read. I know, it looks like I know three of the others, and then I'll read the last one, but I definitely don't want to miss anything here. Tatin. So it's Tatin, I'm not sure the Sylph. Acute intellect, quickness, mental synthesis, and discernment. It says Tatin glitters and glimmers brightly. She scatters the special fairy dust that energizes the mind. However, energy is not everything, and the fairy dust that actually makes minds brighter as well as more energized is more rare. And she distributes it much less often. She is full of curiosity and wants to go everywhere, see everything, and have every question answered. Okay, I'm going to skip down to another part because I saw a few things here. She is an awakener, one who startles us into seeing and thinking in new and exciting ways. She loves to sit on the teenage and college age discussions about the profound questions of life. She is full of bright ideas and willing to discuss them at length. She is not too bothered about whether the discussions make sense or not. Ideas with wings are her joy, and mental stimulation is her game. This is absolutely amazing because it goes right in alignment with what we're seeing here. Again, you're being pushed. Obviously, you have these ideas, right? You already have them. There's a part in here, let me see, that talks about timing. Let me see if I can locate it real quick. Oh, reminds us that ideas cannot be confined. They are wild and free. They move fast. Some ideas are more contagious than the flu, and they move quickly from head to head. Sometimes illuminating and sometimes burning out with a flicker and a flash and a faint whiff of ash. Okay, so this is very interesting because what this is saying is you're being pushed because the time is fertile. Okay, the ideal is there. You know what you want to do. You know, they're basically telling you continue to tap in. It's time to, whatever you've been trying to cultivate here, to really open up and allow it to come out. You know, stop hiding yourself. Stop hiding your gifts. You're very supported here. Okay, be curious. I love the part that says be curious about everything. Okay, you want to know everything, you want to experience everything, be curious about everything. And I also love the part that says she is the awakener, because you could be somebody who is actually pushing, not pushing, but, you know, assisting people, all right, and helping them to really open up. But I also feel like this particular fairy is helping you. Okay, with that, helping you to awaken, helping you to see things clearly, helping you to see what you're about, okay, and what your gifts are so that you can use them to help others. Look, I'm looking at these three together here just based on what we just saw here. So we have someone that pushing us. You have the idea. Penelope Dreamweaver, of course, is all about the fairies that sprinkle the dust on us to inspire us, okay? This one, it like meets you usually in a dream state, or you may get it when you're just kind of in that, like even when you're driving or something like that, in that mode where we kind of zone out a little bit when we probably should be paying attention. You know, start to get downloads and feeling a lot of inspiration, maybe through songs as well, maybe through memories, maybe through some kind of daydreaming. All right, it's like fertilizing a garden here, right? So you're getting some help here, helping you to really be inspired about what you're doing, and also to give you more inspiration, more ideas here. The Bright Mother is perfect because we already have the Empress, okay? And that's what the Bright Mother is really about, right? So this is about a really fertile time to put things into being here, which is exactly what it looks like you're doing here. So it's time to really nurture something that you're wanting. Yeah, it's time to really nurture something that you're trying to put together, because again, this is a really fertile time for things to really come into fruition. It's equivalent to the Empress, like I said. All right, the Empress, when we look at the Empress in tarot, we already know this is a very loving person, very fertile time. Could even be a pregnancy around this as well. I mean, I guess all of this could be about that, but I'm kind of seeing it in a much larger sense as well. But I mean, is anything larger than creating life? I don't know. Maybe not. But this is more like birthing something else, bringing something here into being. And I feel like it's more of a life path that someone may be focused on or trying to bring into existence here. This right here shows me also with the Empress, because when you think about the Empress card or the Bright Mother in this particular deck, you know, it's something that's going to be successful, right? Also something that is, it's almost something that grows on its own, like it's being fertilized, right? And it's growing like on its own. So this also almost tells me that whatever you're putting into motion here, if you do pay attention, if you kind of follow these steps, if you stay the course, if you go within, if you're listening to what you're getting and moving on that direction, that things are really going to be abundant is what I'm feeling. This card definitely tells me you might be dealing with a lot of people here. You see a lot of faces here kind of looking. This is usually a card to me, though, generally when I see it, of taking another look at something. So maybe this is something that maybe you need to change your perspective on, or maybe you need to maybe take another look at it, maybe develop another perspective in some sense. Something definitely needs a second look from you. Yeah, this is interesting because this card is more about love. It's more about It's not just about love, it's about healing your heart, opening to love and how that will allow you to grow. You might have a lot of people looking to you in this area as well, as if you're a healer or something along those lines. Or again, we can go into all the different ways, whatever you're doing. If you have people that look up to you, if you have people that you inspire in some way, they may be looking to you, okay, for your wisdom, for your guidance, maybe in assisting them in healing some things, especially around the heart area. But remember, whatever we're doing for others, we have to make sure we're doing for ourselves, okay? I believe first, quite honestly, okay? If we're going to lead, I think we should know what we're doing, okay? And working from a healed place as well, as healed as we can be, because sometimes it's ongoing. So could this be, I don't think this is about a love situation, but maybe something that you're doing, okay? Especially if it has to do with inspiration. It could be just about allowing yourself to really give fully into something, to establish relationships with other people, to build foundations in relationships. You know, this is what you're going to have to do. Take some time to really make sure that you are able to open your heart, because this is usually something I would see in terms of like, it could be around love. It could be around some kind of romance as well. Let me get some more cards, because maybe that is what that's about there. Maybe that's what they're wanting you to take another look at here. Okay, let's just see. All right. Maybe somebody's already sitting in this energy. Maybe you're already sitting in this energy where this is part of the work that you've been doing as well. All right. All right, Creator, where are we at with this reading? What do you want them to know? All right, so something is not being spoken at this time, okay? I think something is definitely being held back. That could also be the locked away. You could have been feeling like you're pretty locked away at this time. Look at that. Yeah, you are, because you're really considering where you're going next. Look at this. I mean, could that be more perfect? I don't think that could be more perfect. Okay, so you are. I think you've been considering what you're going to do next, what you need to do. I think you're holding back communication, or you could also be holding back information in terms of what you're doing, which is really smart in my personal opinion. But you could also be locking yourself away. So in essence, you could have this beautiful gift about you, and you're just not ready to quite employ it yet, or put it into action in some way. I do see you looking at all the options here. I don't know why I want to always say to people, sometimes, obviously, when I went into business, ordinarily, we're going to have a business plan, right? We're going to have, obviously, we're going to have a plan of how it's going to go, what is needed, overhead, all of that kind of stuff. And that is, obviously, that's something you should do if you're going into a business such as that. However, sometimes we need to jump into things, especially if you're doing an online thing or something like that, and just test the waters, put your feet in. It doesn't have to be something elaborate, because it's going to grow and change, okay? So this looks to me like you are looking, I guess I'm saying this to you maybe because you're looking at all these cups here, like, well, which one do I take? What do I do in this particular situation? Which one can I trust? Which one is going to actually grow? And it has kept you a bit stuck in this hangman position. And normally, we can obviously look at the hanged man as someone who's trying to gain a perspective, and I think that you've been doing that, but I almost feel somebody I'm talking to has been there a little bit too long, and it's time to make some kind of move on it. Yeah, so this card, interesting. Let me see what... Because whatever it is, I think you've thought about it for a while here. This is interesting that you have this Two of Swords coming out, because that last card is very much so about opening your heart to something. I see what you're closed off to here. I don't think you're thinking about love, so I definitely don't think this is a love reading, okay? I definitely feel like this is going to be more so about business. This is going to be more about starting something, Maybe moving on something that you have thought a lot about or that you've wanted to do, that maybe you've questioned. I really feel like I got to go back to this for a minute. I'm sorry. I don't want to be redundant here, but somebody has to just put that you just got to put your feet in, okay? You just got to get your feet wet. Yeah, that's what has to happen with this particular situation because the stagnation, I think, has become. I mean, it's just, I mean, you've had enough time, right? That's what I feel. The time now is abundant. It's very fertile for you to actually get some things going, to, like I said, dip your feet in. I'm not even saying put your toes in. I'm saying dip your feet in, put your whole body in there, okay? It's time to just go in. You can only, I think so many people are always concerned about failure or how they're going to look or all, who cares? All right. And especially if you're dealing with something where you're dealing with a lot of different personalities, you will never be all things to all people. And it doesn't matter. You're not trying to reach all people, right? Okay. Now, I do think that you have your heart closed off to something, so maybe this is part of your journey as well here, because obviously when Spirit comes in and talks to you, they're going to be looking at all aspects of your life. You are not trying to see or hear anything it looks like from the past. This could have been around a love situation. It could have also obviously been with some kind of water sign here. Doesn't have to be someone who maybe love bombed you or said all the right things in the past here. It doesn't look like you're trying to deal with that right now. I think you're really focused on what you're doing and how to proceed. All right, let's keep going. All right, so what is next for the collective then, Spirit, if they take this chance, okay, and come out of this hanged man position, locking themselves away? Yeah, look at this. You're looking at expansion. All right, so we have the Three of Wands. What else? You may be looking at doing some traveling. This may be something that you are doing. This could be something that you're doing in foreign countries as well. Look at this. Yeah, put on your business hat here. All right, so you're coming across as someone that's highly intelligent, okay? Someone who is really looking at all the details here. You're ready to work. This is why you're so closed off here. You're not really interested in the whole love part of it. You're ready to get to work. You're ready to make things happen in your own life. The Queen of Swords is very astute too, very fair, very logical, very astute. Okay, and so I find them to be super intelligent as well. So they're going to be weighing everything out and making very deliberate actions is what I'm feeling here. Yeah, look at this. Wow, so you've actually had a lot of things that looks like going against you perhaps. You could have had things that were really slowing you down. Look at this. I asked what was going to happen if you came out of this hangman. You've already got the 10 of Pentacles. This is crazy. I think you've had some opposition here is what it looks like. And you've totally turned that around. And maybe that's why you feel like you can't tell other people your ideas, or maybe that's why you felt like you had to really go solo for a long time because you had other things. You wanted other things in your life, right? And I think maybe that is why you have felt it necessary to kind of turn your back to a situation over here, or to love, period. This could be to anybody because, the Nine of Cups is very romantic. You're just not focused on it. I think you're really blocking that, and you're really moving forward and trying to pursue your own endeavors here. And good choice, honestly, because what we have here is we have your Nine of Cups that's crowning a 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so some kind of wish fulfillment that is coming up for you that's going to bring you a lot of abundance, okay, and get you started perhaps, or maybe continue towards some kind of generational wealth here. Look at that, Empress. Man, 3 cards indicating an Empress here. Okay, tell me the time is not now. All right. Somebody is obviously about to step into a time of really manifesting quite a bit, a lot of happiness. Okay, the Empress is super content. Okay, very regal in this particular image, but very content, very happy, able to manifest quite easily. Okay, you're all about your business too. All right, this is not really, she doesn't even look like she's playing, okay? This could be a man or a woman, by the way. That's just the way the cards are coming out. All right? This is a person not thinking about that. This is definitely a person thinking about building on their own at this particular time, okay? Yeah, look at this. And look, this is going, this is, the card that's crowning this is actually a reverse Nine of Cups. You're not with it. You're not with love right now. You're not thinking about, oh, that's so crazy. I was just thinking about the reading I did last night. This was, totally forgot about that. As I'm doing this reading, that's bringing that up. At the end, the Empress is like, I don't know. I don't really think I want that right now. I'm really doing well on my own. I think you're really building. You're trying to build your life back. And I have a feeling that you're building it back better because you're better. Okay, in some sense. Maybe you have dropped all of this stuff, or maybe healed through a lot of the things that may have kept you stagnant, or maybe even kept you in a position where you didn't even recognize your strength. You didn't recognize the full brunt of your value here, okay? The full power that is behind you. But I really think that you do now. Love is absolutely, okay, not what you're focused on. However, we do see up here that there is a need. So here is the thing, and I think I really need to say this because, I mean, I'll just lean on myself because I don't know you guys. But, I mean, obviously I've been in some positions where I do have to operate as the Queen of Swords, or more the Emperor, I would say. You couldn't show a lot of emotion, all right? And you had to shut down to a certain degree too, okay, due to the work that I was doing. So I think that, because you couldn't let your emotions come into play quite, a lot. So here's the deal. I think that this is kind of saying, yes, we know that you've been through a lot. We know that you've made some changes. Look at all this that is coming to you as a result. This is beautiful. But don't forget that you also deserve happiness, that you deserve love as well. So maybe this is just kind of a gentle reminder, but it also could be if you have people that will be working for you, if you're currently having people that are working around you, stuff like that, to remember to open your heart slowly, you know what I'm saying? But surely everybody is not going to do you however this person did, okay? There's no need to be closed off, because you do, when our hearts are closed, I always tell people, yeah, it might keep out the pain, but it also keeps out all the goodness too, right? So we do really begin to really miss out, and that's unfortunate. And so many times we do it just as self-preservation. So just remember that you definitely have someone here trying to help you, in the spirit realm anyway, trying to help you, to remember that. Regardless, whatever gifts you've clearly been locked away, maybe you weren't even aware of all of them, okay? Maybe that's also what tapping into your consciousness is going to help you see, okay? And really recognize within yourself. I also feel, especially because since I keep putting emphasis on just doing it, that you're going to watch those grow and expand as well, all right? So it'll be additive to whatever you're doing. Okay, Seven of Wands. So you're a little bit defensive. You're defensive. So again, I'm just going to say, watch that energy. You have so much good around you. You're defensive, and maybe you're just guarding what you have here, because this is really who you are, the Queen of Cups here, okay? So maybe you're guarding what you have here. Maybe you're guarding your baby. Maybe this is something that you've been dreaming of for a long time, and you just want to make sure that things are right. You got the Eight of Pentacles here to the Queen of Cups. We also have the Seven of Wands as well there. So I can see that you're either very guarded, or maybe you're just protecting what you're doing, protecting what you have, protecting what you're building is what I want to say, what you're making. This could be artwork or something like that. I always look at this as some masterpiece, some work of art, okay? It's definitely something that is yours. All right, you might be tapping in very heavily to your intuition here. So this is good, because this tells me that you are very intuitive. You could be obviously psychic, you could be a healer, but you could also just be someone highly intuitive, very loving, quite connected. Yeah, very nurturing to other people. I love this particular Queen of Cups because I just noticed how stoic she is too. She's really taking it all in, which I love. Yeah, but look, ultimately, you're on the Six of Wands. Whatever this is that you're doing is going to be something that gets you recognized, okay? A lot of people, notice that this is fallen on this card too, where I said you have a lot of these heads here, so maybe a lot of people are looking to you. Now you're here, someone that's getting accolades, someone who is revered in a sense, or maybe that people are looking to for guidance or help. Yeah, and I think you're really being recognized in that sense. All right, what else? But your heart is guarded. You're definitely not trying to deal with any kind of love. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I love this card. I don't know if I've seen this. Look how beautiful this card is. Yeah. The Strength card is about taming the beast too, and that's exactly what she's done. This beast is pretty docile in her hands here. So maybe that's just what you're trying to do. Maybe you're trying to be more balanced, and maybe you're trying to make sure you're the best you that you can be. You have the most confidence, because this is also a card to me about self-confidence, self-awareness, more self-confidence, accessing all of your strength and knowing the amount of strength within you. But I love the whole, I want to go back to taming the beast, because this is what I really feel it's about. Maybe you're a person that's lost yourself in emotional situations before, or in romantic situations before. Okay, all right. So for some of you, I feel like this actually goes back much further. So this has kind of been a lifelong thing for some people. It looks like that I'm talking to here. And I think this is definitely something you are trying to master this time around. So it's not that you wouldn't like to have someone around you that you can build some kind of generational wealth with here and sharing these experiences with. But I think in the past, maybe these matters of the heart have gotten you a little defocused and perhaps off track. And I think that you are very protective over whatever this is, because you're really, and I don't even, this is you obviously, but this is more of your higher self really pushing you to gain this insight. Yeah, to gain this insight and to really know your worth, and to know how strong you are, and to know how powerful you are, and that you deserve, okay, to have the life that you want. So I think that you are really working hard. I almost feel like this is a segue from last night's reading. This is so crazy, because when I got to the end, I could see that the Empress was like, I'm not going backwards. I've done too much. I have so much going for me. And this is almost like, yeah, this is what she has going for her. This is crazy. It's like another part of the story. Beautiful. Okay, whatever it is, it's going to not only bring you money, it's going to bring you notoriety, it's going to bring you some kind of accolades here. Yeah, you're definitely going to be getting noticed in some way. Yeah, look, you're getting, I can't even believe this, the Death card, look at this. You're getting your transformation. So taming the beast here, getting that full-on transformation. So that makes me think, and look, I just looked on the bottom, Three of Cups. So we definitely have, no, that's wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got cups. I looked and I was like, I don't even see any cups. No, it's the Four of Wands here. So we have transformation here, and then we have going into the Four of Wands. So this could definitely be a sense of community. You could be working with a community in this sense. You could be feeling more structured, more in alignment with things. This is a very powerful card to me. You could also feel in terms of those that are around you as well. I feel like a community. That's what I keep getting with this card. I don't always get that. Well, definitely not in a love reading, but I feel definitely a big sense of community here. So you're going to get that transformation that you've been looking for. This may also be surrounding yourselves like with people of your tribe as well, feeling very secure. This is definitely about being very secure in who you are, but also in what you have here. My deck must be turned over a little bit. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. This is awesome, actually. Okay, I moved that little thing over there. Oh, let me move it back. I always think maybe I'll get some initials, and then I always forget. So what I am going to get is some archetype cards and see what this is about, because this is definitely someone who is spreading their wings and really getting ready to soar. Here is what I feel. We got a king here. So enlightened, benevolent leadership befitting those in your charge. See, this is beautiful. So somebody here could definitely be someone that's stepping into that, using their higher wisdom, their leadership abilities to help people. An advocate, yeah. Something's inspiring you to put compassion into action here. That may also be, for those of you that it is, that could also be why the card here is on the end, about opening up your heart. Okay. I think you have a big heart. I don't think it's about not opening your heart. I think it's about not opening it to the wrong people. And that's where the guarding comes. So I think that's just a matter of, maybe that's taming the beast, knowing who you are so well that you know some people just need boundaries. Well, we need boundaries, period. But some people need to be locked out, but not everybody, right? Just when you recognize people acting crazy or trying to take advantage, or even if they feel bad, then yeah, obviously. All right. So we have child eternal, determination to remain young in body, mind, and spirit, ability to see things with fresh eyes. This is beautiful. That also allows us to learn, be open to learn and to gain more wisdom. All right. And a queen, look at that. Radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. These could all be things that you're doing. This could all be things in the attributes that you have, obviously. Look at this exorcist. I love this. Freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. All right, so you may be somebody that's doing that. You might be a demon slayer. They have many of those on YouTube now. I don't know if you've seen them, but I say many. There's not many. There's many in my lineup because I'm on I'm always researching stuff. All right. A poet, maybe. Light attribute is expresses soul insights in symbolic language and words. This is beautiful. Creating lyric gifts for people. Okay, come back. Hermit is a person that I would say that you may be now, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life and serves personal creativity. And that can be you actually going forward too, seeing it like that. Hang on, let me grab this card. Because we have to know when to go in and refill, right? Especially if you're an empath, because you will definitely you can definitely feel very drained by everything that's going on. And really it depends on what you're doing as well. But we do have to go back inside and kind of refill, in a sense, regenerate. Child nature, it says friendship with animals, communication with nature and spirit. It's beautiful. It's funny because we did start the reading with the fairy cards, which is all about that. We have a guide for other people, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. Okay, so you could definitely be guiding others in some way. A healer. Look, do you see these cards? You have all good cards here. All right, you have all of these cards where you're actually helping people. Light attributes, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. Speak to me. That's amazing. A lover, great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. And then we have releasing what is potentially destructive and preparing for a new life. I definitely feel like that's where some of you are right now. So maybe some of those will stick out to you. What am I cutting on? We have a Midas or a miser. It says entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. That's gorgeous. All right, let's see if we can get some cards to close it out. So this is obviously, you're being pushed. I mean, obviously, you're just being pushed out of your comfort zone. Stop hiding. There's no sense in hiding or holding back. Even if you're not hiding, to spirit, you're hiding. You're locking away your gifts for too long. It's like, let's get started. All right, let's move forward in some way, shape, or form. If you need to get advice on that, if you need to reach out, maybe to others to see how to even begin something, then do that as well. But I definitely feel like somebody's being pushed out here, being pushed out of their comfort zone without a doubt. All right, I think I'm going to end with these unicorn cards. I don't know exactly what they're called, but unicorn cards. Magic, make a wish, believe in miracles because magic surrounds you. Okay. Leadership. Step into your leadership, share your message, inspire and empower others. Wow. Okay. Receive. Be open to receiving goodness. Believe you are worthy of abundance. A gift is coming to you soon. I mean, come on. That is just dead on. And at the very bottom, I see intuition. Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. This is awesome. Okay, so definitely listening to what you're getting. And actually, that's where you started at. That was the beginning of this reading. Get ready to take a chance. You're being pushed out of your comfort zone. It will feel uncomfortable, but listen to what we're giving you. You're really tapped into everything around you. You just got to listen to it and trust it. Okay? A lot of goodness is coming to you. This is beautiful. All right, guys, that's what I have for you. I think I'm going to leave it right there. I was going to get some initials, but honestly, I want to make sure that the door is open for everyone here, and I don't want the initials to confuse people, okay? All right, that's what I have. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye.